Yeah, no, I understand completely. Oh, just give me a second here. I'm on with my financial advisor getting yelled at again. No, actually not at all. I'm not spending any more money, Frank, on stupid stuff. In fact, I'd say I'm putting money into some really great savings accounts with a lot of opportunity to... This just came in? My Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday order came in? Yeah, listen, Frank, I got something else to throw at you. You know, I know you're kind of in that progressive market looking for new ideas. What do you think of this? Cardboard slipcovers. All right, so yes, much to my financial advisor's dismay, as well as my daughter's college fund, I have here's another order from what the kids like to call vinsyn. I call them Vinegar Syndrome, okay? I just go all out. So this is what I got for the halfway to Black Friday sale. Let's see what we picked up here. 6-string samurai. I have not seen this in a very long time. I feel like this is one that's a lot of fun, though it might overstay its welcome just a tad. But as far as the set goes, if you picked up their awesome Beastmaster set, which I talked about in a previous video, very similar to that as far as the box, and then inside is the Blu-ray with the slipcover. You know, I switched the artwork to be an old poster, and they got the booklet and everything, and it looks fantastic. It's a 4K release, and if that movie is your jam, this box set would be your jam. Here's one that I had in my cart, and then I took it out, and then my buddy Jason from Severin talked me into buying it. Televised Terror. This is really cool because, you know, you remember back in those days of made-for-TV movies. I mean, things that were shot on film, sometimes by some talented people. You know, just to give a for instance, John Carpenter made a shot release, you know, film he made called Someone's Watching Me, which was, if I remember right, filmed after Halloween, but before Halloween came out and became a big deal. But yeah, a lot of people did really cool made-for-TV horror. You know, a batch of those. You got Calendar Girl Murders, Child in the Night, and Are You in the House Alone? I haven't seen Calendar Girl Murders in a long time, but it's a pretty cool little set. You know, I got the color bars, you can just hear the tone. Then inside, as per usual, cool artwork, and this video is gonna be horrible. Televised horror. If this is something you remember, weekly TV movies, horror movies, action movies. You know, John Boy Woo even did a made-for-TV movie. One of those things where it's gonna be a pilot for a TV series it never made, but they turned it into a TV movie. And it's with Dolph himself, Dolph Lundgren. It's the height of John Boy Woo's career in Hollywood. It was made after Face Off, but before MI2. It's called Blackjack. Anyhow, yeah, I love made-for-TV movies. It's kind of a lost art because now we just have made-for-Netflix movies where they just give people loads of cash. Spielberg, one of my favorite Spielberg movies is Duel. But yeah, pick this up. This is another one that Jason talked me to put back in my cart. The Scanner Cop set. Scanner Cop 2. If you know David Cronenberg stuff, you know Scanners, but maybe you didn't realize that it went beyond that with the Scanner Cop series. And these are cool sets. They are also, they're 4K UHDs, the way Scorsese intended Scanner Cop to be seen. I just say that because, you know, film. And my buddy Jason was like, no, you need to get those. In fact, I'm giving my DVDs to our friend Ryan, and I was like, if you're willing to buy them, and you already have them, it's good stuff. It was a blind buy for me, and it was worth it. This was one, it wasn't a new release, and I missed out on getting a slipcover, so it's worth so much less. Not that the movie isn't worth something. People are weird these days. Nightmare Sisters. Nightmare Sisters, you know, one of those Linnea Quigley movies from the 80s, and basically, you know, if you just imagine, you know, that 15-year-old dream of yours that a bunch of goofy, nerdy girls will somehow watch The Craft and turn into a bunch of goth goddesses and take you in. Nightmare Sisters is your jam. This movie is ridiculous. You will laugh a lot, and you might also think other thoughts at certain times, but it's a lot of fun. I totally recommend this one. The director, David DeCocteau, I believe he had just made Sorority Sisters at the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama, and they had like access to a house or something, and they were like, let's film something. And that's basically why this was made, but it's just, it's a load of fun. It has a lot of little bonus stuff, including, you know, we were just talking about made-for-TV movies. There is the edited-for-TV version of Nightmare Sisters on here. Arrow did something similar to that. On the deluxe RoboCop set, you could watch RoboCop edited for TV. All right, this is one that I had in and out of my cart, and my buddy Jesus of Slasher Video talked me into this one. These guys, they're killing me. They're killing my bank account. But Alley Cat. I'm gonna flip the artwork on here just so you can, you know, depending on how you want it to display. You might want it the other way, you know. Yeah, this is one that I feel like I wish I liked it more. It's one of those where like some of the ideas and the concept is better than the movie itself, but you're still getting that gritty, grimy LA, and it was written by the dude who wrote Vampire Hookers. So that might give you an idea of what you're in for. This was my #1 get for the sale. I love the VSA label, you know, the sub-label where they do a lot of action, schlock, and other things. And so, Champagne and Bullets, that was my #1. I have to admit that Vinegar Syndrome does release a lot of stuff that's just totally my jam. And this is one of them. Another one that I would highly recommend, if you can find it. I think it's out of print now because the VSA label is more limited runs. But I love LA Wars. Killer, killer. This is one that had nothing to do with the mid-year sale, but it came in recently, and I just wanted to give it a shout out. Killer's Delight, also known as Killer's Kiss, also known as the Sport Killer. I'm giving this a shout out because I got to spend a fair amount of time with the director, and actually I filmed the interview with the director that's on here, and it's just kind of a neat little movie. He was inspired by some news stories, some articles he read on what ended up being Ted Bundy. They didn't know who it was at the time. And so it's kind of ahead of its time, you know, because we're still making things that are inspired by or about Ted Bundy. And so just a fun little flick. So I recommend picking that one up if you get a chance. And that's it. That's how I spent my summer vacation, getting yelled at for buying way too much Vinegar Syndrome stuff. That was my batch. I know a lot of people spent less and a lot of people spent way more. But I always pick up something from the halfway to Black Friday sale and the Black Friday sale, so. Frank, have you been on this entire time?
HawkSchlock!